everybody, this is Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and this is our next Saturday with Stacy YouTube class number 528. Hello everybody. Oh, I need to just tilt this just up a little bit. Hello everybody, how are you doing today? Welcome to everybody who joins me on, every Saturday. Welcome to those of you who bebop on in when you have the chance, and welcome to everybody who is new to our channel. I am Stacy, I am the owner of Scrapbooking Made Simple, and I am here to teach you. I am here to show you how to use products that are brand new to the market, all while using products and incorporating things you might already have in your crafty stash. Now, I was at Ellison yesterday. I was at Sizzix, so I was down in Lake Forest. For those of you who don't know, I am one of the newest Sizzix licensed designers for 2024, and I'm not alone. I am in such great company with Catherine Pooler and 49 in Market. Oh my gosh, I did not know who else would be a licensed designer for Sizzix until they announced it. I am so honored to be with companies. I mean, those names are huge in our industry. Catherine Pooler, 49 in Market. Oh my gosh. So we are all licensed designers for Sizzix coming your way in 2024. So I was down there at Lake Forest doing some filming, doing some training videos on my product that will be launching, which is in March of 2024. So the soonest you will see the product is February 1st. That's when it becomes available to show everybody. And I'm like, February 1st is so long away. It might as well be, I might as well be 5 years old and it's February waiting for Christmas. It feels like forever, but I know it will be here sooner than later. So I went down there to do some training videos for their sales department so that they see how the product's used and why I did what I did. And I mean, I tell you, it was hilarious. I have no control over the filming of these videos down at Lake Forest, which for me, right there is, I'm a control freak. I'm an A-type personality. It's who I am. So to give up that control makes my palms sweat. People know that I'm stressed if I start doing this or I start doing this. These are my tells. So I'm sitting there filming, I'm getting ready to film, and Alexis is there, and ta-da, it's Taylor. It's us three gals getting the job done. And I start to talk. She says, action. She's like, I really want one of those things that go action, but she just did it herself, Alexis. So I start to talk about the product, and I don't get 2 sentences out, not 2 sentences, and my eyes well up with tears because I'm talking about my mom. Honest to goodness, 2 sentences and I couldn't get any more out. My eyes are welling up with tears. I see Alexis like dabbing tears away, and Taylor's over there going, so we stop the video and the girls say, okay, shake it out, Stacy, shake it out. So I'm shaking it out. And the next thing I know, I'm doing like the wiggle, wiggle, wiggle dance in a circle. And all I hear as I'm turning around is, ta-da, it's Taylor in the biggest, loudest voice. We need that on a bloopers roll. No! See, when they film at Lake Forest, they don't ever turn the camera off. It's on you all the time. I mean, you could be fixing your hair. Heaven forbid, you could be picking something out of your teeth. The camera is still rolling. And I forget that because I'm not used to it. So I'm trying to shake it out so that I can actually do my job and do this video for training without breaking out in tears. And I'm doing the wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And I do a little spin, and all I hear is Taylor laughing. I mean, like laughing. We need that on a bloopers roll. No bloopers roll. I never even thought that they could have a bloopers roll. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, they don't ever turn that camera off. So if I do have to pick something something out of my teeth, I'm going to go around the camera on the back side. Anyway, we had the best time yesterday, and unfortunately you won't see that video unless they do a bloopers roll because it is a training video. But no worries. Come late January, early February, I'll be going to 4 YouTube classes a week. 4. I am adding Take 2 Tuesdays to our crafty arsenal of classes, and I think you're really going to enjoy them. But that means I'm going to have a class on Monday at 5 p.m. sunny California time, Tuesday at 5 p.m. sunny California time, Thursday at 5 p.m. sunny California time, and then Saturday morning. So if you are joining me during the premiere of this class, there is a live chat going on. By all means, say hello. It's easy. Type HELLO, enter, and it will pop up on the screen. And I know it can be like intimidating. I get that. See, I'm doing this. I get that. I understand that. I was at Ellison yesterday in their studio. Talk about intimidating. My camera's attached to a 2x6 piece of wood, and they've got the lights and the cameras, but it doesn't matter. I went, I had the best time, and you will too. If you type HELLO, enter, you will find that so many SMS peeps are regular peeps. They are warm, they are welcoming, they are creative, they are compassionate, and they're just wonderful people, and they will welcome you with open arms to our Scrapbooking Made Simple community. It was a day yesterday for sure. I need that on a bloopers roll, and I hear Alexis going, I'm not getting rid of that one. And I'm at their will. It's not my video, it's theirs. I'm like, can we delete that? Oh, nope, we're not deleting that. Okay, so I am learning to give in and give over. Big lessons for me to learn. So anyway, okay, so we have winner chicken dinner to talk about today. I have got AALL Create for you today. It is affordable, it is achievable, it is awesome, it is amazing. I can't think of any more A words. If you can think of a really good A word, post it. But AALL Create has done a fabulous job on this product. Like, when I saw it the first time, I had ordered it. It had come in. I didn't know what it was. And they had sent a little sample of how to do it. And the minute I saw it, I'm like, oh, I have to have all of it. Literally. I had only ordered a little bit of it. I needed all of it. So I got on Zoom with Abs and Steph and Ryan. They work at AALL Create. I said, I need all of it. And Abs was like, okay. I said, can I YouTube it? And he's like, yes, you can. Because sometimes the answer is no. You know, sometimes manufacturers say, no, you cannot. Okay, you know, that's fine. So I can I YouTube this? Can I do this as a class? And he's like, yes, you can. So I can't wait to share it with you. We are going to be using brand new product, affordable. What did I say? Affordable, achievable, awesome, and amazing product, all while using product that you might already have in your crafty stash. But before I get there, I have winner chicken dinner to talk about. And these two lucky ladies, I'm taking the win for today. I can say both of their names without struggling at all. To me, that is a big old W. W for the win. I'm dyslexic, so reading names, it can be a challenge for me. But not today. I have two of you who have won $25. A $25 gift card today is going to get you some goodness. For sure goodness. So you don't have to do anything to claim your winnings. It's already in your online account. I can say your name. That is a happy moment for me. Our first winner is Cynthia Dixon. Hello, Cynthia Dixon. How are you? Cynthia Dixon. Just because I can say it. Cynthia Dixon, you're a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Congratulations to you. But you are not alone. The second winner, because we do always choose two, is Deborah. Deborah Bloom. Hello, Deborah Bloom. How are you doing today? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Deborah Bloom, Deborah Bloom, Deborah Bloom. It's not often I can do that. So between Deborah and Cynthia, well done you. You posted a comment below. You didn't post it in the live chat. You waited for it to be approved by SMS guy James, and then you went into the running to be a winner, and look, you are. Congratulations to both of you. If you want that chance to be a winner, chicken dinner, you post your comment below. Live chat comments do not count. You wait for SMS guy James to approve it because you will not see it right away. He goes through and he gets rid of all the spam and the junk, and then he approves everybody's comments. And then you have a chance to win. And you never know when I'm going to call your name. Could be next week, could be next month, who knows? Now, we have to do the winner, chicken dinner dance because that's what we do here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. It's tradition, we have to continue with it. So if you are ready, I expect both of you lovely ladies to be standing up, or at least sitting up proud, at least, shoulders back, sitting up proud, because you're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo. Kachoo for you. Congratulations to the both of you. I hope you enjoy your winnings and spend it on something that will make your heart happy. So, between the bloopers reel, which there cannot be a but it's not my videos. I don't get to say what happens to them, but it is a training video. So I'm hoping that there won't be a bloopers reel. Between that and all of this fabulous product coming in from AALL Create, it really has been a wonderful couple days. Are you ready to get started? Because I am. This is a fairly easy peasy class, except there's some learning curve to it. And that's what I'm going to help you get through, is that learning curve, so that you can see me potentially struggle. There may be some of these that I struggle with, but we're going to struggle together because sometimes the struggle is real. And then when you get this product, whether you get it from Scrapbooking Made Simple or you buy it from your local independent retailer, well, then you're going to have a way to refer back to this class and be able to be confident in what you're doing, because you will see me, and if you have it in your hands, we can do it together. All right, you guys, I'm going to tilt down. We're going to get started for today. It's good to see everybody. Oh my gosh, it was such a day, and I'm going to 4 YouTubes a week. It's just going to, 2024 is going to be an amazing year. I just know it. All right, I'm going to tilt on down. Let's get started for today. Now that I can actually see you, it's good to see you. Down we go. Okay, zoom on in. I can only zoom in a little bit this time. I know I'm going to need to zoom back on out, but I want to show you the samples. So pretty. So pretty. Isn't this beautiful? I love it. This is AALL Create. It's gorgeous. And then I love this one. This is AALL Create, and it's just stunning. Isn't that beautiful? And then this one made my heart so happy. I love the boldness of it. I like the bright colors. The background is AALL Create. This is AALL Create. I was explaining to Alexis, I'm going to have to come up with a name for Alexis. And ta-da, it's Taylor. That my zooming is me moving the card closer to the camera. That's my big zoom. All right, so let's get started for today. What am I working with? I'm working with washi tape. Washi tape, that's what we're working with today, just simple washi tape. But it isn't so simple, it's pretty amazing, and they've taken washi tape to the next level. I want to tell you that we have a lot of product in the YouTube Yummies category, a ton of it. But the 4 things that this is the main bundle that I'm going to be focusing on. This is the 9-pack I Want It All of the the washi tape. This is the bundle I'm going to be working with. But we do have 3 other bundles of washi tape. I just want you to know there's no duplication in anything. And in fact, in these other bundles, you've got washi tape with words on it in black and in white. And you've got thick, or you've got, I guess you've got small, you've got medium, and you've got large. So that's what makes the difference between these other bundles, is the width of the washi tape. But the main one that I'm going to be working with today is the 9-pack. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is something we found out as we started working with it. So I've got a roll of washi tape here, and I need to open it up. So if I take off this and I take off this, because I need to get to that shrink wrap, you know, I take both of those off. I better not throw that away, which is what we did. We threw them away, and then I open it up. If I were to throw this away, I have absolutely no idea of what number or name it is. So if I ever wanted to buy it again, or if I want to look up samples online, maybe to see what people have done with it, I will have no reference point at all. This one is called Endless Vine, and it's number 77. But you have to take this off to get the washi tape so you can use it. We took, and on the inside, we wrote number 77, and it's Endless Vine. There. May not be great, but it's in there. So that if I ever want to do something with this where I need to look it up or I want to order it again, I know what I have. It was just the minute we threw these away, and there's no point in putting them back on, because as you peel the washi tape, this just gets in the way. It just impedes and it doesn't stay on. So the best option we came up with was writing it inside, so that you will have that forever and ever. Let me grab another one. Let's see, here we have, oh, I can't read what that says. Okay, I can't read it. If I can't read it, I can't do it. I think that's called fasteners. So, take the bottom off. Take the top off. Don't throw the top away yet. Just kind of put it off to the side. Open your washi tape. And then I can tell you that this is number 13, because this is how you reorder from them. This is how you order. You're going to order number 13. Or you may Google AALL Create washi tape number 13 to see what other samples are out there. And I think it's fasteners. But at least I could Google washi tape number 13 AALL Create to make sure of the name. So I've got it on the inside. It's the best that I can do. So if I ever want to reorder or look it up, I know what I'm doing. All right, so that would be the first thing I would do, is I would put on the inside of our roll what it is. Now, all the washi tapes are not the same. Some start very, very simple, while others are a little bit more difficult and take a little bit more effort. I'm going to start simple. And I will tell you, once you open your washi tape up, it is a little bit of a struggle to get it going. You're probably going to have to give up at least probably 10 inches of your washi tape. Just throw it away. Once you get that roll past that first 10 inches, it rolls much easier. I can't tell you why, I don't know, it's just super sticky, but once you get past that first 10 inches, it just rolls very easy. Now I have got my roll here, and I'm just going to pull it all the way out. And this is where I need to zoom back so you can see this. Okay, so I'm pulling my roll out, and I'm looking for a repeat of pattern. Here I've got that 41, 44 kind of right there. And then I've got pattern, 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 pattern. And then I get here, and you can almost see that there's this line here of demarcation. That's going to tell me that's where I'm going to either tear it or cut it. And I've got that there. Now here's that line of demarcation. And I pull, 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 and I'm going to look for it again. And there it is, right there. And that tells me that's where I'm going to tear it or where I'm going to cut it. Now doing this on your craft mat is going to be easier for you than perhaps just going straight to paper, because it is a little bit of a puzzle. So you get to put the puzzle pieces together. I'm going to cut maybe, or I'm going to tear maybe right here. And I might be a little bit short, I might be a little bit long. And then maybe I tear right around here. And I can easily tell that this, now I can go in since I've cut it. I can easily tell this is the bottom half of my birds and this is the top half of my birds. So I'm going to line it up, and there's the beginning of my image. I can tell that this here is the bottom half of my cactus. So I'm going to line it up. And there. And then I know that this is the very bottom of my cactus because it just fits perfectly together. Once I have it done, then you can transfer it to whatever paper you want. I highly recommend making a sample for each of the washi tapes. So here's my number 1 right on my paper. Down. Here's my number 2. It lines right up with my number 1. So you can see I only have partial birds. Now I'm going to line it right up. And then my next one. Can you see my image coming together? And then last but not least. Now the washi tape's very inexpensive. When it comes to crafting, washi tape is relatively, in our world, in the crafty world, relatively inexpensive. I want to say that these rolls are $4.99 a roll, and some of them are a little bit more, $5.69. But then they're on sale, and if I'm correct, you get like 10 meters. So that's like 30 feet in each roll. That's a lot. That's probably more than almost anybody else that I know that they put on their rolls. And bam. Now I've got a little space going on, and I'm going to be okay with that because I might come back here and ink this. But if you are not okay with that, you can pull it up. It's washi tape. You've got time, and you could realign it and place it back down. The amazing thing is, once you get it down, it makes that beautiful image for you. This is crafting. Holy smokes, artichokes, easy peasy. They do the hard work. You get to do all the creativity. So let's see, let's do it one more time because I've got this piece. So maybe I tear a little closer to my 4. And maybe I tear right there, and maybe I tear right there, and then I start to put it together. So here's the top of my bird. And then I know the next one is going to be the bodies of my bird. And then I know the next one is going to be my cactus to finish that out. And then my last one is the bottom. And I've made my image. So I'm going to try and I'm going to make all of them so that you can see them, and then we will play with them. So my next one here is, this is number 70, and let's see what I've got. So I'm going to look for the pattern to start again. So there's my first. I'm going to look for this piece to start again, and that's going to tell me that that's where I stop. Okay, here it is. And then if I take it all the way down, my pattern starts here again. Now what's nice about this one is they've given you kind of little lines to almost tell you where to cut. Let me cut this off, and that way I can show you better. Let me tear it. They have given you little lines to kind of help you along. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think you use those little lines. I could be wrong, but can you see that? No, maybe if I put a piece of paper behind it. Can you see those lines right there? I'm going to use those as my guide, and we're going to see how close I get. So I'm going to build it on my craft mat first. And it folds in on itself, but then it comes right out. So I'm going to tear kind of on this line. And there's one. And then I'm going to tear kind of on this line. And there's 2. And I'm not trying to be exact. And then I've got one like right after the 3. Tear on that line. And now I've got 4 pieces to play with. And I just need to pick one to start. So this looks like the center, because it's got the center of my cactus. And this looks like the top because that lines up here and there. And this looks like the top of that. Let me go down just a little bit so you can see. This one looks like the top of this one. Kind of there. And then here. And there's my design. Now we transfer it onto a piece of cardstock. And again, I would make one of these and just keep it with that roll of washi. So you don't have to do the learning curve over again. You've got a sample right there in front of you. And I'm working on a Scrapbooking Made Simple, a simply, refined craft mat. This is only available here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. There's, at the time I did it, it was revolutionary because it's super thick and it has a silicone back. And that means that when you use it, you don't have to worry about it moving. It is heat resistant and non-stick on the top, but it's non-slip too. The mat literally will not move because it's silicone on the bottom. The mat's not taped down, it's that silicone. So when I did them, it was revolutionary. Now a few people have done them, but it really is a great craft mat. And if you can find one, or if you have one that makes your heart happy, that has the silicone on the back, you're going to love it because it just, when you're like inking, it doesn't go psh, 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 psh. That's my sound effects. Psh, 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 psh. So here we go. Here's this one. Pretty, right? Let's do 2. That way I have 2 of everything to play with. So I'm just gonna pull it and I'm gonna look for my pattern. I'm gonna look for a repeat of my pattern, and that's when it's gonna tell me, oh, that's where I cut it or tear it. And then I can just segment it down to individual pieces. And then build. And since I know what it looks like, I'm going to go ahead and build it straight onto my card or my mat. So I've got a center. And I've got a top. And I've got a top. And I've got a bottom. It doesn't get any easier than that. And what you're left with is something that is simply beautiful. So let's move on. Let's do the next one. This one is number 75. And let's get it going. Okay, I can see my birds. Let me go on back just in case. So there would be my repeat. So here it is. And if I kept going, I would repeat. But I think this brown line, I think that's where your pattern starts. I'm going to tear here and I'm going to pretend like I didn't have these two pieces. And I'm going to pretend that I started and it had that brown line, and then I pull. And I think that brown line is your separation between your pattern. So now I've got it all here, and I can kind of see that I've got birds here. Birds here, the bodies, I've got the bird heads here, I've got the top of the bird cage there, bottom of the bird cage there, and I'm going to kind of tear where I think I should. Now, sometimes you might tear a little bit more, a little bit less. Sometimes you might choose to cut it and not tear at all. So I know that that's going to line up right there because my bird cage. And then I know that I need the bodies of the birds. So maybe I tear there and I line up the bodies of the birds. And then I've got the bottom. To finish it out, finish my bird cage and finish those flowers. And I've got my image. Now we transfer it to paper. So I've got my top piece. Then my next, and you just follow the pattern. You can see it. You're just going to line it on up. And if I didn't get it exactly where I wanted, I'm just going to peel it back up and try again. There we go. And then my next one. And I've got the bodies of the birds. And then my bottom. Go. It's beautiful, right? It's absolutely gorgeous. And I've got a little space here. Now I'm going to do some stuff with this, so I'm not going to really worry about the little space, but if you are, look it, I'm pulling it right back up. Now I'm using 100-pound cardstock to give a little extra weight so that the paper doesn't tear. There, now I have no space. Isn't that pretty? All right, let's do it again. Which one was it? Was it this one? Yes, it's the bird. So I can see I've got that brown edge, and that seems to be where they're telling me to either tear or cut. Okay, so let's see what I've got. That folded in on itself, and I didn't mean for it to do that. So let's just pull that right and separate it. Perfect. Okay, so I can bring my paper over. I know that this is going to be close to my top. And then my next piece. And I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to get it on there. I want that shabby look to it. I want that vintage. And then here. And last but not least, my last little piece. And I've got my design. Can you even imagine how easy these can be to make the most beautiful little note cards and quick, happy anniversary, happy birthday. I mean, there's just something for everybody, and we're not done. Let's move to the next one. Okay, this one is number 74. And I'm going to pull it just so I can kind of get an idea. Yep, I'm going to say the same thing. It's got that same kind of brown marking. So I'm going to pretend that my first pieces, maybe I use it someplace else on the envelope. But I'm going to tear it, that brown marking, because I think that's AALL Create telling me that that's where I'm supposed to start. From brown marking to brown marking. And now I've got my pieces. So let's separate them up. Now this one doesn't give you real clear indicators on how to separate them. You're going to have to kind of do it by feel. And you might have to do it once or twice to get it right the way you like it. But there's no clear identifier where you're supposed to cut in between. And because it's floral, I don't have the bird cage to help me. You know, oh, yep, there's the top of the bird cage. There's the body of the bird. Yep, I got it. So I'm going to lay it out, and I'm going to figure it out. So here's one flower, and this flower here belongs on top of that flower there. So I'm just going to separate these, and I'm going to do it by the best of my ability, And if one's a little longer and one's a little shorter, well, that builds character. So here's my main flower. And now I know it's this one that goes on top of it. Right on top. And this one goes here. And this one must go here. Building my design. Probably shouldn't have done that. I'm pressing it in when it's not on paper, but it's on a non-stick craft mat, so it's going to peel right on up. So now I'm just going to take and build. So here's my number 1. My number 2. And they just line up. Number 3. And then my last one, number 4. Now, I'm going to pull this again. Yeah, it is down. It does go down. Okay, I'm going to cut it. I went from brown to brown. I'm just going to tear it. And we'll do one more. I always like to start with a piece that I'm certain about, like the middle piece. So I know that one's gonna go there. And then this one's gonna go here. And then this one's gonna go here. So if you are new to crafting, this is going to rock your world because you are going to look like an absolute rock star and nobody's gonna know how you did it. And I'm not gonna tell them if you don't tell them. And then this one. Down there. And there's your finished pattern. And this is easier than rub-ons, I'm gonna say. Okay, so we've done those. Now let's move to something a little bit more. This is kind of a grungy background. And I'm gonna look for a pattern. Okay, I see it right here. Can you see that demarcation line right there? It has a straight line. Nowhere else on this is there a straight line. That's gonna tell me that's where my pattern starts. So I'm gonna take this little piece off. And again, I'll save it. Yes, I do. I have all my other ones. They're sitting over here. I haven't gotten rid of them. And I'm going to go from straight line to straight line. And there it is. There's my next straight line. And I'm going to tear. And again, this one doesn't give you, I don't think it gives you clear indications on where you should tear. But I see like a little line right here and a little line right there and a little line right there. So I'm going to guess that those are my clues. And that's what I'm going to do. Could be wrong, but it's only washi tape and they give you so much of it. Now, let's see how to build it. There's a 4. So I'm looking for the top of a 4, which is right there. That wasn't straight, but I'm not on paper, so that's okay. And then I'm looking for the bottom of a 3, because there's a 3 right there. There's the top of my 3. And then here's the A, the top of my A is there. And that builds my design. So let's put it to paper. So I've got the top of my 4 here. And then my next one. And then my next one. And then my next. And there we go. But what if I wanted to do this as a full background? Because that's what it is. It's meant to be kind of a full background. So what if I go from point to point? Oh, paper out of my way. Point to point, from line to line, here. And let's build our first one. So again, I'm just kind of gonna go, I think that this is a place where I can cut. And this time I am gonna cut because I want straight lines. And I think that this is a place that I can cut. And I think this is a place that I can cut. And then let's build it. So I have my 4. Maybe we'll go this way so it's a little longer. I have my 4. And then the top of my 4. And then my 3. And then my A. And then what if I pull another line to line? Which is right here. and I separate it again. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I build from up. So I'm going to start with my S. My S I'm going to put here. And then I can move out. So I can decide maybe I'm going to put my A maybe I'm going to do an A over here. And then do I have the bottom of my A? No, the bottom of my A was on my S. So let's put my 4 over here. And I just start to fill in my space. Because it's washi tape, it looks like there's no seams in it at all. I just start to fill my space. And I'm going to need an A, so let's pull another one. I'm going to keep all of these little pieces that I haven't used yet because I'm going to use them to fill in all my space. But I want to get my A there. So from piece to piece, and I'm going to cut where I've been cutting. Same place. So I've got my cut here. I've got a cut here. And I've got a cut here. Okay, so now I can build my A. So my A is there. So I'm going to put this piece here and line it up with my A. And maybe cut some of this off. And then I suppose I could put this up here and fill this little space in with that piece. And I'm just going to start piecing it together. So I want the bottom of that 4. Do I have a bottom of that 4 somewhere? Top of my 4. I can probably do this one here. And I can do that one there. And I just start filling in space. Where I had big letters, I wanted to make sure those big numbers were all lined up. But after that, it's just about filling everything in. So I'm going to cut that so I have a nice straight edge. What do I got over here? Oh, I've got that 4 right there. I can put that there. And with 2 pieces, cut this one because because I have a crooked edge. With 2 pieces, I can make an entire background. And I'm just piecing them together. Are they matchy-matchy? No, I just made sure that the big letters, the big numbers that I needed stayed kind of matchy-matchy so that I was sure that they fit together. I worried about the big things, not the little ones. It used 2 pieces. But I was able to make a background. And this is all I've got left out of the 2 pieces that I used. That's all I've got left. And I'm not going to save it. I am going to peel this up though. It's already on my paper. And now I could either trim it off, or me being me, I'm just going to fold it on back onto itself. I'm just going to fold it. And I've made a very cool background, which then I can do something with. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it, but now I have it in the pattern match that goes perfect. And then you see I kept the important parts. The A's are all lined, you know, the 4s and the A's, but then I filled everything else in and made a great looking background. Then we get a little bit harder. I've got a smaller width here, and this one doesn't necessarily have an easy peasy way of knowing where to stop and to start. So I'm going to look for a pattern match. So I've got this little piece right here, and I'm going to pull until I see that pattern match. And it's right there. So I can see that straight line right there. That's telling me to cut or to tear. That straight line right there. So here's my hunk, and to me there's not necessarily an easy way of seeing where to cut. So this one took me a few minutes to figure out. It's like, okay, let me see. I think, first off, I think that these get separated. And that this is actually a top and a bottom of a flower. Now I may have gone too far. I may have gone too far and not left enough, but we'll see. So to me, this is a top and bottom that builds that flower right there. And then looking at it, I don't think that goes there. Oh, this piece here goes there. Okay, I'm getting there. And then I think this tears here. But I think this tears here, and I think this is 2 flowers as well. So I think I'm going to end up making a whole separate flower over here. Yep, there's a whole nother flower, but then I have all of this left. Oh, that easily goes there. Okay, that makes sense. And that goes there. Okay, so far I'm building it, but it was not the easiest of builds. It was not totally clear as to what I'm building, but now I can see the puzzle pieces. Now I can see where one pattern stops and another pattern starts. Where I'm supposed to line them up. So while the other ones have been making really nice, like, you know, standard shapes, kind of rectangle-y, squarey, this one makes kind of a whoop shape. So let's transfer it onto paper. Let's transfer it onto a bigger piece of paper. Although it would fit on that, I bet. Would it? No. No. This one kind of goes whoop. So I'm going to take my top piece and there, and look at how small that top piece is. So far, we've been like cutting inches, several inches to make our strips. Look at how small that little piece is. And then we come here and we line that up, and you'll be able to see that the flowers line up and the stems line up. And then our next piece. And we're not deciding if it should be in the center. The design is deciding where we should put it down. It's not up to us. We're not trying to center everything. We're just trying to build the finished design. So I'm not going to go, okay, this belongs right in the center. I'm going to decide, I'm going to look at the design and go, okay, where does it actually line up? So it started up top, a little smaller, a little bigger, and I'm building that design. And then I come here, and the top of this little piece right there, that little green piece right there, is what's at the top of this one right here. And now I've moved way to the right. My whole design has moved way, way to the right. And then here. And then my last little piece is there. So instead of it being kind of square, rectangle like we've been doing, this one has this kind of free form feel to it. The design is absolutely stunning, beautiful, but kind of that free form kind of feel to it. So let me see if I can do it again. Let's grab it one more time. And I know I'm supposed to cut it, tear it right there. And now I already know that that little one becomes a stem. So I'm going to tear that because I now know that. And I know that these two are separated because they're top and bottom. So I'm going to separate those two. And then I know that these two need to be separated out. So this one has a lot more pieces. I know that this one is on its own. And I think that this one is on its own. So let's see if I came close. I just went for it. And I'm going to see if I come close. So that one goes there. And then this finishes that one. I kept that, I think, a little bit longer. And then no. That one goes there. And then this one here. And then the top of my flower here. And I make that swerve. And then the bottom of my flower here. And then my stem. So again, I just follow the pattern. And I would make one of these and keep it. Let's see, I'm almost there. Here's the next one. Okay, this one doesn't look like it has any demarcation lines at all. I'm not sure. There's no like brown line or black lines to tell me anything. The only thing I can do is go by the pattern. So I started here. I'm gonna cut when I get to that pattern again, which is right there. I don't want to do it twice. I'm only gonna need it once. So I'm gonna tear when I get to that pattern. And this is my piece. And now I have to kind of start separating. So I think this piece is going to belong down here. And that looks pretty good. You can see that I'm building that flower. And I think that I'm going to need to tear here. And that seems to fit right there. And I'm going to need to tear here. And this seems to fit on the top. And finish out those flowers, that flower there. But then what's this one? I've got this little piece over here that's really long, so it must belong somewhere. Huh, right there. Okay, let me put it on paper so you can see it. So that one has even less for you to use as a guide. But by this time, you've made so many of them, you've got the concept down, and you're going to need the guides nearly as much as you think you do. So I've got one there. And I've got one. No. Oh, that's way off. Okay, yeah, that's... I just did it. I'm gonna start with my middle one. There. That I'm confident in. Then I know for sure this one goes below to finish my flower off. Easy peasy. And this one goes below to finish my stem off. Easy peasy. See, so far, now you could be done right there if you wanted. But no, I know this one has to go on the top to finish that flower. I suppose you could be done there if you wanted. But you still have this one little piece. And it has to go there. It has to go right here. There's no other place for it but there. But I had no guides to work with. I had to figure it out all on my own. Absolutely no guides. I'm going to assume that these were the first ones they did. The last ones that I've been doing are the first ones that they have done. And I think that they learned and evolved and figured out, oh yeah, maybe some guides would be nice. And that's what happened. They started with this concept, and like any great concept, it evolves. They learn. So I know I'm gonna tear here. And I'm gonna tear here, and I'm gonna start there. I like starting with the one in the middle because then I can build up and down. For me, that's easier. And then I know I need to tear maybe here and put that over here. And then this one goes down here. And this one I left a little more room on this time. Goes up there. There we go. So this time I staggered it just a little bit more. I left a little bit more room. On this one, I left it a little longer than I did here, kind of giving it more of that staggered look. So far, we've gone from, let's go all the way back. Oh, let's go all the way back. We started super simple. Didn't get much easier than that one. And here, and here, that one was the harder one. That's the one we just did. I got that one on there, right? Yep, that one. And oh, this one's so pretty. Here. And then we made some of our backgrounds. And then we got into some of them that were a little more tricky, with less to help you, less to guide, but every bit as pretty. So before I do the rest, I think I'm gonna play with these for just a few minutes. And I'm gonna bring over my blending mat from Woodware, And I'm going to bring over some of my Marvy Yoshida Le Plume pens. So it's beautiful. I could have stenciled on the back and then put it on there, but I want to add some color to it because it's white. I want to vintage it up a little bit. So I can take some of my markers, depending on what color makes my heart happy, and I can palette paint over the top of this just to give it a little bit of color and kind of spread it out. Let's see, I'm going to put a little bit of my marker here. And because I want to try a couple colors, I'm going to put a little bit of my marker here. Now I'm going to palette paint, which means I just need some water out of a mister to add a little bit of water to my ink. I'm not spraying it directly on my ink. I'm off to the side because I want to kind of blend it in. And I want to see what I get, what colors I get. That's pretty. Oh, those are lovely. Do I want to do both of those or do I want to do one? Let's start with the green. So I'm going to go ahead and get some green on here. And I'm not going to take my marker and go straight to my paper because I want to have a blend. I want it to look soft. I want it to look watercolory. So I'm going to add a little bit of water off to the side so then I can go and pick up some of that color. And then I can kind of brush along the sides. And I can go straight on top of that, of my washi tape. I'm just trying to get some color going on so it's not so white. I might have had some brown in my brush before I started. And I can go right over it if I want. So if you've got little white lines in between, if you didn't line them up as perfectly as you had hoped for, don't worry. Go in there and add some color. Now I'm going to come back and add a little bit more. I can't go back into my water. I've got to put this where it's not wet. If I go back into my water with my color, my marker's going to get wet, and I'm going to need it a few minutes for that water to evaporate and the color to come back. So a little more water. And maybe I come in on maybe a little darker. And it's not going to hurt the washi tape. I'm just kind of shabby chic-ing it up. And I want that kind of watercolory look. So I'm leaving it heavy in some areas and a little bit lighter in others. And I'm not trying to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just trying to add some color and some depth and some dimension to my image. And now I can come back. And if I want, I can add a little bit more color and a little less water and get it darker in some areas so you've almost got like shadows going on. Now I have no idea how much of this I'm going to cut away. I just know I'm trying to add a little bit of depth. And I can take that green right on top. If I want to soften out some of that color here. And just soften it out. And then it's up to me if I want to cut, how much I want to cut. I don't know. I'm leaving a lot of room in case I want to cut it down. And when I'm happy, I'll stop. I just want to wash away some of the white. Just wash it away. That's all I did was a wash. That's what it's called, a color wash. And then what if I... Oh, that's a bad cut there. I cannot get this one the way I want it. All right, I'm going to be done. What if I go ahead and I put it on something? Do I have some green in here? Ooh, that's a pretty green. Ooh, but what if I use a burgundy? Do I have a burgundy in here? Gosh, I don't know if this will be the right color. Oh, but I think it'll work. In a pinch? In a pinch. And by just adding that little bit of wash around my white, I've completely changed the look of it. And you would never, ever realize that that's washi tape. Oh my gosh. Like, could you stop cutting? I will as soon as I'm happy. Okay, so what if I then put it on? Let's just mount it real quick and see what we get. And then we'll do the next one. You would do a better job of taping down than I am. I guess I can go back a little bit now. You would do a better job of taping down than me. I just want to get it down here so you can see. My tape's a little bit long. I'm just going to fold it right back in onto itself because it's double-sided tape. This is Simply Defined adhesive. Super long, super strong. Super affordable. So let's mat it here. And I think I'm happy with that mat. And then let's trim it out and then mat it on the gold. I even think I'm happy with that. And then let's mat it on the gold. Just a little gold, not a lot. Just a little gold. Or maybe we like it on the matte gold. Ooh, before we put this down, let's see. So I've got the mirror gold from Opulent, from Sizzix. But I also grabbed the, ooh, isn't that beautiful? Ooh, I like that too. I'm gonna go with the mirror. And I want just a little bit of a matte, a whisper of a matte. Just so you know that gold's there, but it's not screaming at you. Okay, washi tape and a color wash. White paper, scraps. Love it. Happy, happy. Let's do another one. Oh yeah, let's do another one. I don't know, do we like the birds? Here, do the birds. And then maybe we'll do that one, but let's do the birds. So I'm gonna wipe down my mat with just some water. And I'm gonna rinse off my brush. Love it. Rinse off my brush because I was using that green. And I'm using the Fusion brushes from Yasutomo. These are watercolor brushes. They're beautiful brushes. They're beautiful brushes. And we sell them in a set with the traditional bamboo storage. And I love them. So what color do we want to do this one in? Should we do this one maybe in the burgundy-ish? All we can do is try. Right now, it's only white paper and one strip of that washi tape. So I'm gonna get this really wet because I really want to do a simple wash over it. I want it to be super light so that I can build that color. So let's see, is that super light? It's not bad, but it could be lighter. Now I'm just going to go all the way around. Yeah, I know it's almost pink. That's because I'm going to come back in and kind of build that color up. And I'm going to go over just in case there's any places that I kind of left in white. I didn't get it as close up to it as I wanted. And you will never see that. You will never notice where I didn't quite get it. It's great. A little bit of a wash goes a long way. And yes, I'm probably going way more down than I need to because I don't know what I'm going to cut. And a piece of paper towel. I just want to make sure that my mat is dry before I come back with some more of that color. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Then maybe I can start coming in a little bit darker. Not everywhere. Just want that beautiful watercolory look. And if I layer the colors on top of each other, I keep some soft. Well, it depends upon how much I'm going to cut. Now, I am not using watercolor paper. I'm using 100-pound paper. Watercolor paper is going to give you a different look. The ink will be a little bit bolder in its color. See, look at, I got a little bit of that. Look at how dark I've got it over there. Oh, gosh, this is pretty. Oh my gosh. Anywhere I've got a little white. And I suppose I could go just a little bit more with like no water. Let's get the water out of this too. And just almost no water. So I've used one color pen on this, but look at all the shades I've got going on. Look at all the shading I've got going on. Okay, so what color paper do we want to use? Gosh, I want to use a brown. Do I have a brown? Use a dark brown. Do I have a dark brown? I do. Okay, I'm going to trim this out and see what we get. I'm going to trim it out wide and then trim it down. This is the cut I need to fix. And this is the cut I need to fix. Okay, I think that's good. And now I think I want to put it on brown. Let's see what it looks like on brown. I do the brown. And then that shiny gold. I think there's too much matte. I'm going to get rid of a little bit more. Like, but you just colored it. I know. But it's only paper. Definitely not that one. A soft pink. Decisions. I think I'm going to come back in with just a little bit more of this color and darken that color up a little bit. Just get it a little darker. So I'm just darkening it up. Just so it's not all one-tony. I have almost no water on my brush. It's almost all ink. A little bit more and I can go straight to it because I didn't add any water. Okay, I really darkened it up in some areas. Now let's see what I think. I think that might be my winner chicken dinner, or maybe even on black, but I'm going to put it straight onto the gold. And then we'll do one more and we're moving on. Or maybe we just, no, I think I can go back and start with the ones that yeah, I think we're good. Well, we'll see. I haven't made up my mind. Oh, my fingernails. Come on. There we go. 1, 2. There we go. I'm going to go straight to the black. What happened to the gold? Changed my mind. Okay. No brown. Oh, yes. That was the right decision. Yeah. Love. OMG. Now, unfortunately, for those of you who are not able to come into our retail store, the samples are always better in person than they are on camera. They just are. I hear that all the time. People will walk in and they'll go, my gosh, it was pretty on camera, but it's much prettier here. So if you're ever out in sunny California, make the drive Monday through Friday to see us. We would love to meet you. And then you can see the samples live and in person. Take all the pictures you can possibly take of all the samples that are around the store. And oh yeah, okay, I'm good. So I've got 2 done so far. But I do think I want to do one more. Let me wipe off my brush. See all that it's holding? These brushes, these fusion brushes are beautiful. They're the best watercolor brushes I've ever had. And they're not $60 a brush. And then let's wipe off my mat. Now, what other pins can you use? Well, if you have Tombows, if you have the Marvies, what dye-based pins do you use? Can you use Memento? Yes, you can. You do have to palette paint with it. You can't just put it on, that's for sure. You don't want to just put the marker straight onto the paper, because you'll get full color and that's what you'll get. You won't have a washy type of look. I'm going to come in here. I might still have a little bit of pink left in my brush, but I've got pink in here, so I'm going to be okay with that. And I really just want to wash. Shoop, 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 all over. As light as I can get it. That way, where the washi tape stops and the paper starts is almost invisible. So a nice wash all the way around. That way it becomes a little more difficult to see where one stops and one starts. And then I can start to build color. And then maybe a little bit more. I can't put it right on top because it's wet up there. So maybe a little bit here. And just in some of the nooks and crannies. A little bit darker in there. Okay, I don't know, I might go back and add more, but this time I think I'm going to tear my paper. I think I'm going to tear my paper. And when you tear paper, you always tear towards you. So if you're holding this paper, you want to tear the paper going towards you. That's what leaves the little bit of the edge. If I tear away from me, I don't get that little bit of the rough edge. So you always want to tear going towards you. And I'm going to tear. Tearing paper used to be a really big thing. Now I don't think most people do it anymore. Always tearing towards you. Give it a little bit of a shabby look. Now, I'm not crazy about the white. So I'm going to go in and add a little bit more green. I can't put it where it's wet. I got to start in a dry area. And I'm going to get this really wet, so it's a very light green. And I'm just going to go over the white, just so it's not as white. I don't want to darken it too much, but I just want to take off that brightness. So again, in there with a little bit of water and a little bit of my marker, and just kind of wash it. A little bit of a shabby look to it. And then I can back it. And then we'll move on. I think that's so pretty. Let's back it. I guess I'm just an old stickler. I like what I like. I always seem to go to the black for my matting. I just am what I am. And I'm not using watercolor paper. And I just did a little bit of a tear just to kind of distress it just a little bit more. Age it up, vintage it up, shabby chic it up. And then we're moving on. You're like, moving on, what can be left? I'll show you. Ooh, that was a bad cut. Okay, so let's see, what do we want to mount it on? No, I don't care for the glitter. Not so sure about the satin. I do like this pretty gold is just lovely. Man, that was almost perfect. And that's just the way the paper was. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to a washi tape that you can color yourself. It has the same feel, the same type of design element as the other washies, except for it hasn't been colored at all. Okay. So we've done 3. We've put together almost all of the washi that goes in the I Want It All. We've made 3 beautiful, beautiful card fronts, absolutely gorgeous, using very little material. Some paper. The washi tape is going to go a long way. Grab your markers and let's have at it, but beautiful. Now let's play with something a little bit more complicated, not hard, but a little bit more, you gotta think about it. So this is washi tape that has that same design element, meaning that it will make a pattern. But there isn't a place to stop and start. It's a little, you gotta kind of look for it. So I'm going to stop and start where it is. So I've got this little design element right here. It looks like a little flower, just this little flower. I'm gonna pull this until I find that little flower again, and that's gonna tell me that I've got a full pattern, and there it is. So this is gonna tell me that I've got a full pattern. Now I have to try and line it up and decide where I'm supposed to make my cuts. So I'm gonna guess, they have this like line here, kind of a line of black. They've got one maybe right there and right there. I'm gonna guess, we're gonna just try, and I'm gonna tear it there. And I'm gonna tear it here. And that's a flower. So I'm gonna tear it there. And I'm gonna say this is gonna go to the bottom of that, and it does. So I've got that, that's good. Guess here. And I'm gonna say this. Nope, that's not it. Well, I'm gonna say this one goes here. Okay, so I'm building my design. It's kind of like a little puzzle. And this should finish this right there, and it does. And this one finishes that up there. Okay, I got it. Phew! So, I'm going to start with a middle one. So this is here. And then this one goes here. So if I build it on my craft mat, I can move it around until I'm sure I've got it right, and then just transfer it on over to my paper. And you're going to get the beautiful design like you achieved with the others. The difference is you can color this one. This one's up to you. This one you can take your markers So I'm keeping a piece of white paper here to pull off the color of my marker in case I end up blending them. You can go in there. So I've got a little bit of yellow going on. And then I can come in maybe with a little bit of my pink. And then I might take my yellow again and blend into that pink a little bit. See, I've got pink on my marker, but that's okay. I'm just trying to blend into it just a little bit. Maybe take a little bit more of my pink and blend into my yellow a little bit. And just add some color. And yes, your markers can go into each other. And when you're done, you just run it until it's true. And start coloring my flowers. I can go in there with some green. Get some of my leaves and my stem. Now, I'm not trying to be perfect in my coloring. I'm just coloring. I'm just scribble, scribble, scribble is what I'm doing. Scribble, scribble, scribble. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to add some color. And just fill it in. So now it's up to you what you want it to look like. So it can be different every single time you use this washi, because you can use different colors every single time you use this washi. It will be up to you to decide what you want it to look like. You just know that when you're working with it, you have to find the beginning of where you're going to start your pattern. I started mine with that single flower, the corner flower all the way here. To me, that's the start. So I'm going to pull my washi all the way till my next corner flower. And then I'm going to tear. And then I kind of have to put it together. And for me, the easiest way to put it together is right on my table. So I know that that looks like a little space. And sometimes I might be a little long, sometimes I might be a little short. Each time, it doesn't matter. It's all good. Now I want to check and see what I did. I think I'm going to tear here. And I think I'm going to tear here. Pull my paper over and start to build. I think that's my middle. That's always the easiest for me. That seems to be the biggest part of the flower. So I know I can go up and down off of that. I know I can find the pieces that go up and down off of that. And if I can find the piece that goes up and the piece that goes down, well, that's 3 out of 5 pieces. Then the rest just kind of falls in place. You've only got 5 pieces to play with. And I'm done. And then I can color and cut out and mat and that's all I need to color. If I don't want to color any more than that, be done. Maybe I just color the main flower and call it good. But I love that you can take it and make it something different every single time. Love that about it. Now, some of the washi that are in the bundles have words. And so here I've got, so this is going to come in black and white. Original, design, astonish, artistry. Those are my 5 words for this one. So now I could take because that's super easy. And I could line them up. So I've got Design and Astonish there. I'm going to tear here. Ooh, I tore right on the line, and tear there. And then let's grab another piece. And this time maybe I'll put Artistry kind of in the middle. And then maybe I come back with a little bit of Original. I want Original big. Maybe I move Original down here. And I just paper piece in, or washi tape piece in my design. So what do I have? So I think I'll put Design way over here. And maybe come back with Astonish over here. And maybe my Original over here. And I'm just bricklaying. And my Artist maybe here. And that means I just need two little pieces to fit in the ear. What do we want to fit? And one little piece. I don't want Original against Original. Oh, and there's Astonish against Astonish. Let's do Artsy. Oh, these are all over my hands. Stick them here so I can use them again. There we go. Stick them there so I can use them again. So Artistry. Gosh, I hate it that it's right on top of each other. Maybe I move Astonish here. I move Artistry here. All right, done. I've made my background. them. But what if you want to color them? What if you want to color them? Let's pull it out again. And let's make sure we get one of everything. So I'm going to move my original because I want to make sure I get one of everything. So I've got design, astonish, artsy, there we go, an original. So I've got my 4. And what if I want to color them? So what if I take, lay it down, and take my markers? And what if I start in my yellows? So what if I do some yellow? Oh, I think I want bright yellow. If I do bright yellow. Okay, so I've got some yellow going on. And then what if I did some pink? And then what if I do some blue? And some green. So I've got color all the way. Now I'm going to take my paper towel. And I don't know if I can zoom in enough to where you'll be able to see it. And I take my paper towel and I just wipe them kind of into each other. And I make a blend. Did you see that? I don't know. Did you see how I went across with my paper towel and just kind of blended? I'm pulling up some of the ink because this is a non-porous surface and I use dye-based inks. So I went in and I threw some yellow down way over here. And I moved it into my pink. And then I put some pink down and I moved it into my green or into my blue. I put some pink down and I put some blue down and I put some green down and I took my paper towel and I just moved them in to each other just to make a blend so that I could come back and I could put original there. And I could put artist there. And I could put astonish. Oh, I want astonish with a little more blue. Blue, 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 blue. Now, will this work with alcohol ink markers? It will, but you won't be able to blend. Where you put that alcohol ink is where it's going to stay. I still need more blue on there. And then design. My paper towel was picking up too much. I'm just going to do it with my finger. So I hold some of that blue. Okay, those words are very, very cool. And they come in 3 sizes. So then the next size down, the words are joyful, memorable, passionate, imaginative, expressive, design, exquisite. Those are the words in the next size down. Which then I could take and add to my cards. The words are easy peasy, and they even get thinner than this. Where's the next size down? Oh, the next size down, even thinner. So, just dreamy, take risks. Picture this. Creativity is life, paint the world. I mean, the words are just dreamy. I love them. Put that right around there and mat that up, and you've got a whole nother card. So I could do joyful, memorable. Then passionate and imaginative. Then I could throw in just dreamy. And then I could throw in astonish. And then I could come back with, you get where I'm going? Oh, I've got it down here. I could use that side. Right here. Is it wide enough? We'll make it wide enough. Expressive. And then I can come back with creativity is life. passionate and imaginative. And then maybe artistry. And then joyful and memorable again. And maybe up here at the top. And just like that. I've made a background. Gosh, do I want to cover this thing up now that I've done it? I don't know that I do. Expressive. They're so cute. I want to do something to this, but I have no idea what. I don't want to cover it up. I like it too much. Should we do a wash over this whole thing? And then that popped. We do a soft pink. Just to get rid of some of that white. Just to soften it a little bit. So I'm going to have to put my paper towel on it because right now that ink is just literally sitting on the top. So either my finger's gonna smudge it or my paper towel's gonna smudge it. But right now that ink is literally sitting on the top. Color in all my white spots where I didn't quite have my washi tape all the way to the end. Too light. I don't want it to be too much. I just want a little bit of color. Just a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit of color, not too much, right? I love how I can just go over them with my markers. You have to wipe up the excess ink. Okay, now I got a lot of color. I started with so little. There we go, that softened it a little. Okay, stop. All right, I'm stopping. I love the words. I love how easy they are to use. I love that you can put them on just about anything. Layouts, mixed media, altered art, junk journals, card making, your mini albums. And I love that I can use the markers I already own. Just know if you use alcohol ink markers, you're not going to be able to make the schmear. What you see is what you get with alcohol ink markers. Where you put them is where they stay because they are meant to go on non-porous material. These washi tapes are, I think, revolutionary. I've never seen anything like it, where you can build a design, literally build a design by just pulling 12 inches of washi tape. I think that's so amazing, where you can just build. Talk about making things easy for a newbie crafter to feel successful in their makes. And then as you grow in your journey, you bring out your markers, your Tombos or your Marvies. You do palette paint. You do get in there and schmooze your color. You can stamp on top of these washi tapes as well and color it in. It is options aplenty. Oh, it's too pink. It's definitely too pink. I'm just pulling up that excess ink. Meh. I'm not sure about the color I used, but we're going with it. I keep thinking if I add, it'll change it, but I don't think it will. I think if I add, I'm just adding. See, that's just too pink. It's too pink. I threw some brown on there. Try and tone it down a little. Well, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna finish it. Oh, that's really pink now. Nope. Nope. Anybody got a suggestion? Suggestion, anybody? Well, that's better than any of the other ones. Nope. Okay. I don't know how many of you are still with me, but that's okay. I appreciate those who still are. I'm sorry, I just couldn't make up my mind. And my videos are not scripted, they're not edited, they're uncut, they're not dubbed over, there's no voiceovers. What you see is what you get, and sometimes I just can't make up my mind. I probably should have left it for the girls to finish. They would have done something fabulous with it. I think I went one too many colors. But again, I didn't use that much. I used some washi tape, some white paper, some black paper. Nothing too great, nothing too grand, nothing too expensive. Okay, I'm calling it done. I promise. We have done a lot. We have played with washi tape for close to 3 hours. But it's unique washi tape, and I had never seen anything like it, and it is so easy to use. Those first few that we did, oh my gosh. I'm done. I'm not sure I like it, but that's okay. It's done.
Mission accomplished. I think I'll go back to the super easy ones where it didn't take anything to put them together. Pull it out. Make some room on your craft mat. Let's see. Easy. 1. 2, 3, 4. There's the bottom of my birds. There's the top of my birds. There's the bottom of my cactus. And the finishing. Oh, see how much quicker that was? Easy peasy. Much easier. And then I can mount it wherever I'm gonna. I bet that one would look better on here. Okay, so we played with washi tape and it was super fun. It was super easy. It was incredibly effective and it's incredibly affordable. If you just use it this way, then just use it this way. I don't know which ones I've shown and which ones I haven't, but I love them all. I don't think that there's a bad one in the bunch. And it's washi tape, so there's no real thinking about it. The hardest one I did was this one, because it's black and white. But have no fear, you'll get it, I promise you. And then we took them and we added some wash over it just to kind of spruce it up, just to make it a little bit more than what it is, to finish it out. And we added some ink over the top of it. But remember, you gotta smudge, otherwise the ink's gonna wipe right off. You gotta get some paper towel over it or your finger. But they are beautiful and simple and easy. This one I'm not so sure about, but we're gonna live with it, you know? God loves a trier, and I tried on this one. It's too pink, but that's okay. Nobody's gonna say anything but me. I'm gonna probably, once we're all done with this, I'm gonna tear it apart and redo it. But I did finish it. I'm still not crazy about it, but I finished it. So, from AALL Create, I have so much product from them. So much product. Like I said, we have the washi tape and we've got 3 bundles. So you've got the layering washi tape here. And then you've got the bundles of the words in the 3 different sizes. The black and white in the thick, the black and white in the medium, and the black and white in the thin. And however makes your heart happy, that's what you get. Those are what I featured today. That's really what I worked on today. But they also have new sets of dies. And you will see quite a few of the samples were made with their kind of tattered looking dies. The tag is very cool. Tags are very, very cool, and you get a ton of product in there. So love the tags. Love this bundle. They're open stock, they're bundle. You decide what you want to get. It's up to you. In fact, I'm not even going to try and put that back. Then there's a whole bunch of AALL Create that is just open stock. From ephemera that you can color yourself to ephemera that's already colored for you. Beautiful, right? Isn't that beautiful? To the succulent stamps. I've got a ton of stamps that are just open stock. There's no bundle for them. You'll see them used in quite a few of the samples that we have. So we wanted to have them for you as well. And then there's some washi tape that is just open stock, kind of random selection. Again, you'll see it in quite a few of the bundles that we have, but just some open stock washi for you. And then we'll do the Le Plume markers from Marvy. There's now 26 in here. We had 24, we added 2 more colors. I will do the watercolor paint brushes. This is how they come. They are beautiful. This is the largest one. They're beautiful. And it's in the bamboo. It's the traditional way of air drying your brushes. And you just roll it up. And the brushes will air dry because of the slats in the bamboo. Wrap it around. Close it. They're beautiful brushes from Yasutomo, and our craft mat, because I use that as well. But I think everybody probably has one of these by now. So that's what's on sale. Do you want to see samples? I know, me too. All right, let me pull a big thing of samples over because I've got oodles. Here's the one that you would hand color. Let me go. No, I think I'm okay. Am I okay? Yeah. Okay. Here's the one you would hand color. This is hand colored. And here are the words. There's the word. We die cut. This is the washi. It's this one right here that we then die cut into the heart. Exquisite going down the side, washi on the front. Again, this is washi tape. It's that one that we did. Is that not beautiful? Then you've got the words. Here's one that you color. It's the one you color in with the word. So pretty. Look at how beautiful is this. This is the one that kind of goes zoop. Look at how gorgeous is that. See, that works. That goes together. Mine does not. But good job, Gail. And look at how beautiful. And you've got artistry and original, make, and paint the world. All done with washi tape. So this is just running it extra long so you get double the pattern. And here they took all the scraps that we had left over. I think Patty did this. Took all the scraps that we had left over from all the different ones. These don't match. They're not coordinating. She just took all the extra scraps that we had and then die cut it. It's super cute. And then here, all the words as your background, and then original. And look at the color on this. And your words. And little snippets of the words up here. And how stunning is this? Simple. Look at how simple. That's just the washi. A little bit of ink. Here we have a stamp. You've got the washi as the background. Remember I did that? They used the washi as the background. And I think they just went around it and didn't really care which way the numbers were going or the letters, but that's beautiful. That's one of the stamp sets. Same thing here. You've got washi going around it and then one of the stamp sets. And here they collaged the washi. Very smart. These are all, that's a strip of the washi. There's two strips, there's two strips, a single strip. They collaged the washi. That is so clever. And here's with the die. Is this the die? I don't know, maybe it is. I'm gonna look. How cute is that? Where'd that die go? It is. This one does that distressed kind of border. Look at that. That's a die. That's so cool. The dies are awesome, and I didn't get a chance to use them. Here I have Create. You've got all the background, and it's been inked and just amazing. Let me bring over the next round. Look at this, isn't this so cute? Isn't that so darling? And I love this. Catherine did this, I bet. Yep, I'm right. Honorary SMS girl Catherine put this one together using the washi tape. Just adorable. And then look at this. Joe Rice, I love this. Look at this. Just from the dollar store. Love that. Very clever. Didn't take much to do that at all. You could make oodles of these with that washi tape. Look how pretty. So this is using some of the washi tape. This washi tape is in the open stock. And this washi tape I used, only they did it on black paper to tone it down. And here they put the washi tape on top of an embossing folder. So there's texture underneath. Washi tape, and then this is the one you color. Oh, and this one's so pretty. Again, just die cutting it. And look at this. Wow. Oh, Philippa? Is that it? Philippa? Philippa, this is stunning. This is done, quite a few of these were done by the design team for AALL Create. We did some, they did some. They did this one. Wow. And then here's another one where they took and they collaged up the washi. How smart. It's so effective. 3 pieces, 1 piece, 2 piece, 1 piece. How smart. And then the words. Oh my gosh. And then this is beautiful. This must be with the ephemera. You've got washi tape around the back. You've got ephemera, the ephemera pack in the front. And then again, washi tape that's done open stock. This one is one of the open stock. And then again with the die. And just the words. Look at how cute is this. Look at how clever this is. This is great for guy cards. Look at that. That's amazing. And last but not least, with washi tape. Okay, you guys, it was a lot, and there's a lot of product. So I just put it all out there, and I'm letting you decide whether this is for you. It's not for you. You loved it. It was no, although it really, the washi tape that come in the 9, those are all layering. This one, this is all the layering washi tape. I put it in bundles. They sent me what they thought bundles should be, and I rebundled it. I'm like, nope. So where do you find AALL Create? Well, hopefully you find it at your local independent retailer. I know that they are available at some local independent retailers, and by all means, call and find out. See if they've got the layering washi tape, because you're going to love it. And then if you do not have a local independent retailer, or they don't carry it and can't order it for you, by all means, come shop at Scrapbooking Made Simple. We are absolutely a for-profit business. I have to make payroll every single Friday, but we are also for independent retailers. So there is enough to sprinkle a little here and a little there, and that's your independent retailer is the one who can tell you how to use everything you bought. So they may be $1 more than other places, but they're worth the $1 more just for the fact that you can walk in and ask them, I've had this for the last 5 years and I've never used it. Do you know what I'm supposed to do with it? Chances are they're gonna help you figure it out. So Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. We are a local independent retailer, open every Monday through Friday, 10 till 6. We are not open on the weekends because we do not have staff to cover it. I know, but it's a thing. It's hard. So until we can find the right employees to work those hours, we stay Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, sunny California time. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacy. I will see you on Monday for our next Make It Monday. Then we go in, Monday for Make It Monday. Then on Thursday, there will not be a class. It is Thanksgiving, so we are taking Thursday off. Our shop will be closed Thursday and Friday. We're closed for both days, but on Saturday, we're not doing a big Black Friday, wahoo kachoo, blow out anything. But boy, do I have something for you on Saturday. It is limited. It is affordable. It is I think $80 worth of product for $14.99. Oh, can you say Tim Holtz? So that will be Saturday. Just remember, we won't be here on Thursday and Friday. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging with me. Sorry I took so long, but I really like doing these, and I wasn't going to give up on this one. I just wasn't. I'm still not crazy about it, but you know what? All right, I will see you later. You guys have a great week, and thanks for being here. Bye, everybody.